Hello students, hope all of you are doing well at your respective places. I'm again with you to share the problem of reading, because most of the students face problems in IELTS reading, and several of them are not able to find what to do. From my experience of 17 years as an IELTS trainer, I can tell you certain things for sure, and I can guarantee you, if you apply these, you would 100% get the success. There is no doubt about it, because I have tried and tested it over and over again. So I have titled this video as Reading, Its Problems and Its Solutions. I really believe, strongly believe, that there are only 3 problems in reading, IELTS reading. If you are able to solve these 3 problems, these 3 issues, you would be able to improve your reading considerably, significantly. So what are those problems and what are their solutions? So let's start. The very first problem is the problem of vocabulary. It is quite clear that most of the students who face problems in reading, they have this major problem. What is the problem? The problem is they are not able to understand the vocabulary. There is vocabulary they are not familiar with. And when they are not able to understand the meaning of a word, so it is quite impossible for them to know the meaning, to know the exact meaning of that particular sentence, and ultimately the meaning of that particular passage. So if you ask yourself honestly, you would realize that yes, this is true. Then what to do? If there is problem with the vocabulary, what to do? Should we start memorizing the vocabulary randomly? No, not at all, not at all. I would strongly recommend the reading you do, start picking up the words from the reading you are doing, rather than reading or memorizing vocabulary from any other place. So the first solution is pick words which are not familiar to you, you don't know their meaning, pick them out. So several students may say that there are thousands of words I don't know. Yes, this is reality. If there is one word, you come across one word and you don't know the meaning of it, you ignore it. Once, you may ignore it. Second, you may pull out camera, you may pull out mobile from your pocket, check the meaning of it and move on. This could be the second scenario. But in these 2 cases, you are going to lose. Because if you ignore it, you have not gained anything. And if you have pulled your mobile phone out of your pocket, checked the meaning of it and moved on, it is also lost. Why? Why it is lost? It is lost because when you do not revise a word, do not write a word, after 2 or 3 or maybe 4 days, it will again go back where it has come from. Means you will lose it. And if you find the same word 5 to 7 days later or more than this one, you will have to pull out your mobile phone from your pocket to check out the meaning. So what does it mean? The same thing is going on again and again. So you must pick it, you must write them down. You must write them. And last one is revise them. Whenever you get time, just revise them. Don't cram them, don't mug up them, don't memorize them, just revise them. What would happen if you would revise them more than once? They would enter your passive vocabulary. We have two types of vocabulary: active vocabulary and passive vocabulary. We have 4 modules, and out of 4, in 2 modules we use active vocabulary, and in 2 modules we use passive vocabulary. What is the meaning of active and passive? Active vocabulary is a vocabulary, a word which you know very well. You speak it while you interact with others, and you also write it while you are doing your reading. It means if you are able to speak it, use it in speaking, use it in writing, it means that particular word is in your active vocabulary. But there are certain words which you know, but you don't write them in reading, or you don't use them while you are talking with people. But when somebody speaks that word to you, or when you find it in writing, you will understand, yes, this is the meaning of this particular word. It means that particular word is in your passive vocabulary. When you would write a word, when you would revise them more than once, so it will definitely enter your passive vocabulary. So it will enrich your vocabulary. And yes, some students may say that it will take a lot of time. Yes, it will take a lot of time. It may take, it totally depends on your hard work. If you pick out more words, you will be able to cover up fastly. If you pick up less words, it may take some time, but gradually you will improve. There is no doubt about it. Because it will give you results in the long run. And yes, one thing, there are no shortcuts in life. Those people who give you shortcuts, actually those shortcuts are long cuts. When we avoid certain things, we are complicating the things. So, for vocabulary purpose, work on these 3 things. Pick the words you don't know, write them in your notebook, and revise them time and again, so that they may enter your passive memory, and later they may enter your active memory. So this is the first problem, and if you would ask yourself honestly, you would come to know that yes, this is the problem. So you should start working on it, and definitely you will get confidence with the passage of time gradually. What is the second? The second problem is the problem of sentence structure. Sentence structure. Ask yourself honestly, you would see there are several sentence structures you are not aware of. Sometimes you know every word of that particular sentence, but you don't know the meaning of that sentence. And if you don't know the meaning of a particular sentence, is it possible for you to understand the real meaning of it, or to solve the question which is related to that? I'm giving you a structure, and ask yourself honestly if you know the meaning of this sentence. If you know, then it is good. I cannot help eating. I have asked this sentence from thousands of students, school teachers and college teachers, and very few of them were able to tell the meaning of this sentence. And I'm pretty sure that if you are listening to this, reading this particular sentence for the first time, you may not know the meaning of it. And the second one is, he is too intelligent to fail. He is too intelligent to fail. Ask yourself whether you know the meaning of this sentence. So let me tell you first what is the meaning of that. And I have written these two sentences just to make you understand that if you do not know the structure, if you are not familiar with the structure of a sentence structure, it would be quite impossible for you to make out the meaning of that particular. So what you should do, like I cannot help eating, मैं खाए बिना नहीं रह सकता. And he is too intelligent to fail. वो इतना intelligent है कि fail नहीं हो सकता. So if these two structures, from these two structures you can get a glimpse of what could happen if you don't know the meaning of that particular sentence structure. If all the sentences which would be written in the same way, they will convey the same meaning. If you understand one, you will be able to make out the meaning of the other sentence. What we should do? We should pick out those sentence structures which you are not familiar with. Suppose you come across a sentence structure you are not familiar with, what you should do? First of all, pick that sentence structure. Write it down on your notebook and ask yourself whether you know the meaning. Try to Google it. You may ask from the Google. You may consult with your teacher. Do whatever you want to do, but make sure you understand the real meaning of that sentence, so that if you find that particular sentence again, you do not face any problem. If you would ignore it today, it will come the day after tomorrow or after 3 days or 4 days and you will face the same problem. It means the problem is going to persist if you will not write it down or if you will not solve it. So the solution is, what you should do, you should pick out that particular sentence structure, make it clear, make yourself familiar with that particular one, frame sentences like that so that you become confident, yes, this is the meaning of this sentence structure, so that you would not face any problem next time you come across that particular sentence structure. So this is the solution of second problem. And third and the most important problem is the problem, analytical problem. What do you mean analytical problem? The problem students face in analyzing the question and answering it properly. Sometimes the student is in a condition that he is able to understand the sentence structure. He doesn't have any problem with the vocabulary, he knows everything, but even then he is not able to get the real answer. He is not able to make out the answer of that particular sentence, that particular question. So what is to be done then? अगर आपको समझ में ना आए कि ये कैसे हो रहा है, you are not able to analyze, then what will you do? I will give you just one example of it. There is sentence, Ravinder is one of the tallest boys in the class. Ravinder is one of the tallest boys in the class. So the statement says that there are many tall boys and Ravinder is one of them. So this, and in question it is given, Ravinder is the tallest boy in the class. Ravinder is the tallest boy in the class. So it is a true, false, not given type of question. So think yourself and ask yourself, what could be the answer? The answer is true, false, not given. What is it? And most of the students ask ask yourself honestly and think before I answer this question, and ask yourself, what is the problem? You are able to understand this line very well. Ravinder is one of the tallest boys in the class. There are, suppose there are 10 tall boys, and Ravinder is one of them. And in the statement, in the question, he is saying Ravinder is the tallest boy. So what would be the answer? The answer would be not given. Why it would be not given? Because he is one of the tallest boy. We don't know whether he is the tallest or he is not the tallest. So answer would be not given. And one thing, one question is not one question. One question is a strategy. If you get the same type of question, the same rule will apply to all the questions. Let me change one more statement, like Sydney Harbour is one of the biggest harbors in the world. Once again, Sydney Harbour is one of the biggest harbors in the world. And the question is, Sydney Harbour is the biggest harbour in the world. So this question and the one which I have spoken right now, they are quite similar. So if you understand one thing, that one question is not a question but a strategy, and the same type of question could be solved in the same way, you will be able to solve the problem up to considerable extent. I have utilized these problem solving strategies for the last 17 years, and the students have got amazing results. And I can assure you, if you adopt this strategy to solve the problems of reading, then you can 100% be successful in your venture. I hope that this information would be really very useful, and whatever I have said, I don't have even an iota of doubt about it. So if you have any queries, if you have any questions, please comment below and I will get back to you. If you have any suggestions, please give, and don't forget to subscribe this channel if you have not done so yet, and also share this video with your friends who are also preparing for IELTS, so that they would also take the advantage of it. Bye. See you in the next video.